Welcome back. In this video, let's do a simple exercise with if, else and elif. Before getting to the exercise, let's try and learn how to get a input from the user. Until now, we had been hard coding all this stuff. So we were saying I is equal to 2 or I is equal to 5. So we were hard coding all the values. But now let's try and get some input from the user. How do I get input from the user? Let's create a new Python file and find out. So right click, new Python file, and I would say input as the name of the file. And over here, what we want to do is we would want to get an input from the user. We would want to get input from the user and put it to a variable. The way we can do that is by saying value is equal to input. So input is one of the methods which is present in Python. I can call the input method with a prompt. I can say enter a value. What I'll do here is I'll print the value which was entered. So I'll say print you entered space value. Let's see what would happen when we run this. Run input. It's asking enter a value here. So I would say test. And it says you entered test. One of the things about whatever value it's being captured in here is the type of that specific thing. Let's see what the type of it is. So how can we do that? We can say print type of value. Let's see what would happen. Run this again. Test. So you can see that it has a class of string. So this is kind of a text value. Let's run it again and enter a value. I'm entering numeric value 12. Let's see what would happen. Even though I entered a numeric value, it still has a class of str. What I would want is I would want to get a number as an input. The way I can convert a string to number is by using, do you remember which function? Yep, it's int function. So what we can do here is we can say integer underscore value is equal to int of value. So we can call the int function to get the integer value, and now you would see that I would actually replace integer value instead of value. And let's run this. Enter a value. I'm entering 15, and now it says you entered 15 and the type is int. The reason I would want it to be an integer value is later we would want to be able to do operations on top of it. Now that you know how to capture an int value from a user, what we want to do now is we would want to write a simple program. We would want to design a menu. So what we want is we would want to ask user for input. We would want to ask him to enter two numbers, and we would want to ask him to choose an operation: add, multiply, divide or subtract. So add is 1, multiply is 2, divide is 3 and subtract is 4. So we would want user to enter two numbers and choose an operation, and based on whatever operation user chooses, we would want to be able to show the result. A sample execution is shown in here. We would want to be able to say enter number, user enters 2, enter number, user enters 4, and then we print the menu. We say 1 is add, 2 is subtract, 3 is divide, 4 is multiply, and we would ask him choose the operation, and he's choosing 4. That basically means he wants to be multiplying the values, and we would print that the result is 2 into 4, which is 8. If we chose 1 as the operation, then we would do addition and we would do 2 plus 4 and we would show 6 as the output. So try and think how you would design a program like this, how you design a menu like this. You can pause the video in here and you can try this as an exercise. Let's now go and look at the solution. What I'll do is I'll create a new file, right click, new Python file. I'll call this number underscore menu. And the first thing which we want to do is we would want to be able to get the input from the user. So let's get the two numbers as input. So I would say number 1 is equal to input of enter number 1. Next one is number 2 is input of number 2. One of the important things is input gives us a string. So I would want to be able to convert that to int. So I'll directly call int on top of input. So what we are doing in here, make sure that the parentheses match. So we are getting the input and we are converting it to a int value directly in here. We are not creating another temporary variable for that. So what we are doing in here is number 1 is equal to int of input enter number 1. So once user enters a number, it's a string, it would be automatically converted to an int, and I'm taking it into number 1. And number 2 is equal to that. For now, let's just print number 1 plus number 2. Let's see if this works fine before we go any further. It's better to take step by step. So enter a value. Oops, the wrong program is being executed. So let's kill this. Let's do a right click, run number menu. Now it's executing the right program. Enter number 1, I would want to say 12. Enter number 2, I would want to say 15. And it's printing 27. That's cool. Now, what we would now want to print is the menu, right? So I would say print. The shortcut to copy the line is Control D or Command D. So it copies the same thing again and again, Control D or Command D. And the first one is add. The second operation is subtract. The third operation is divide. And the fourth operation is multiply. And after that, you would want to again get the choice from the user. So we would say choice is equal to choose operation. I would want to have a few new lines at the start just to give some space. Let's go ahead and print the choice before we do anything with it. Print choice. Let's see what would happen. Enter number 1, I would enter 10. Enter number 2, 20. And let's say the operation I would want to choose is 1. It's not really important. So you can see that it's by default doing addition, number 1 plus number 2. That's cool, 30. And it's printing the operation which was chosen. That's cool as well. You are all set to continue with this exercise and write the if condition that is needed to perform the operation as per the choice of the user. I'll end this part of the step in here, writing the if condition, the if, elif and the else condition as an exercise from here, and I'll see you in the next video. Until then, bye-bye.